All right, what's up? So this video was supposed to come out almost like a week ago, and I kind of just didn't edit it. So I know this is late. I did promise a few people, what the fuck just happened to the map? I did promise a few people I'd release this, so well, I'm sorry for the delay. But this video just covers all the setter calls you need to know. So if you're planning on being a setter, or you're learning how to play setter, or you just want to know the calls in general, then this video is the one for you. I know it's a pretty long video, so I won't go on for too long. And also a big thanks to Pure for helping out because well, obviously I don't know much of the game because I don't play actively anymore, and he's #1 setter, so who else to listen to than him? So, I mean, make sure you check him out down below. I'll leave his, like, montage compilation thing down below as well. So, yeah, you know, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you guys have any feedback, any questions, you can always leave them down in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, basic sets. So we're gonna start with the outside sets first. So, go ahead. What do we have for outside sets?
Alright. So we can start with the most basic of basic sets. So of course we have the medium out. Like nobody really does this anymore, but that's basically it. There are some people who like it a bit higher, but this is the basic medium out. Just like this.
So to set a basic medium out, all you have to do, there's a lineup that we used to use all the way back in testing or the release of the game, where it's kind of, you line it up with the lights up top and it'll kind of just land at the end. Mostly it's muscle memory. There's no actual lineup. Just make sure it's floaty to make it a medium. And then the next variation?
Then next variation would be like sprint outs. Now this is a really common set even till today, like even in today's meta, but there's actually a lot of ways to set sprint outs. It depends on first your build for like the spikers build, and two, just like preference. So there's people who like fast sprint outs like this, which is Slime can't really hit it because he's like tall, so I need to set it a bit lower like this. Or some people like floaty sprint outs that kind of land on like the area that you like.
Oh my god.
Which is like it's just genuinely preference. Some people like fast sprint outs, some people like slow sprint outs.
But
you actually had to sprint.
The whole concept of sprint is that it's not a quick and it's not a medium. It's somewhere in between. So the whole point of using these is that the blocker has to react or like kind of predict it, I guess. And you know, if he's even a second late, you go over the blocker.
On a medium mount, right? This is the basic position of the middle blocker. So on medium mount, they can close the gap pretty easily, even while standing at their basic position. So let's say they set like an oppo set, they can run to that spot quickly. It's an insta, they can jump to this. In a medium, they can double jump for the medium. But for a sprint, they can't really hover or read block. Instead, they have to either guess the set completely, or they have to sacrifice a bit of like space. So they have to like hover over here, like they set up for this. So they're more vulnerable to sets towards this side. So oppo quicks, slides, wides, stuff like that.
So based on the middle blocker's positioning, your sets can be, you know, decided.
And most of the time, they won't be able to cover the gap because they're really tall.
Yeah, they're always tall.
Now the next set, one of the most important sets is the quick outs. So like there's a lot of ways to set quick outs. One is by tap jumping. The reason why I tap jump when I set a quick out is because try and hit a V1 real quick.
A V1, okay.
So if the middle is if it's free, when you tap jump, your middle blocker can actually steal the set. Just like insta.
Right,
yeah. When you full jump it, now full jumping is easier to like dime, like you can peek it like that. But if you full jump it, the middle won't be able to steal because you're setting it too high. See?
Yeah.
So setting a tap jump quick out is actually a lot better. And it's also harder to read.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to read too. Stand on the other side real quick, Slime.
Okay.
So randomly while we were doing something, some random bomb actually came in, so he's gonna be hitting the quick outs now. So as I said before, Slime, tell the difference first. So this is the first quick out. Receive, okay. Adrian. So you see how like I'm jumping pretty high, you can tell the set anim. Now look at the second quick out, the one with tap jump. It doesn't really actually have a difference, but it just kind of psychs, it just trips out their psych, which is really good.
Trips out their
especially with quick. Yeah, like look at me when I set a quick oppo. Do you think you can see this?
Okay, yeah, fair. Tap jumps are basically better for quicks, because it adds more variation and the blocker has to think about more like random shit, you know?
Yep.
So I
Right.
mean, unless you want to make it really, really obvious and maybe like you're using some sort of weapon like stop set, then maybe you can full jump. But if you're just doing normal sets, I think tap jump is better. Which I use tap jump as well, so fair enough. As a setter.
All right. Next set would be a curtain variation sets. Now I don't actually personally use any of these, but some people, it's just preference basically. Some people like being able to wipe this way. So there are sets called curtain where, let's say we'll do a medium curtain real quick. It's a medium set that falls before the antenna, something like this. Now with this set, you can first you have a lot more options. Not really, but you have this specific area. Next would be a sprint curtain. Now it's just basically the same set, but with sprint timing.
Yeah.
Now I actually call this set a different something else. It's called B double.
Beat up.
I stole that. I stole that set from the OCE people. I'm pretty sure they used it before, but I actually use this set a lot personally. Okay, then the next sets would be stacks. Now stacks basically like they're when you set a V2. So there's like V1 and V2 for middle, right? Like this set, and then there's V2. V2 is when the middle jumps and you want to hit it as he's falling down. But sometimes the middle would be reading the middle blocker itself, like himself, right? But you wanna be able to catch him off guard, and let's say mid long is free because they're covering like god spots. So what you can do is set a stack. Now, what is a stack? Basically, you're stacking sets. So let's say there's a middle here.
You're
Jumping
bro.
for V1.
You're stacking 2 players, bro.
No,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's
Stacking is like
basically just
ace.
information overload because you're setting a set that 2 players can hit, but you're using one of them as decoy. So it's just information overload.
Yeah, well, come here, Slime. I need you to jump for the V1.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's no blocker here, but this is how the set would go.
Yeah.
So this set specifically, this set works better a lot with boom jump because you're able to completely beam top while the middle's falling down.
Yeah,
There are
because you
some
reach the peak,
cases
right?
where yeah, there's
peak.
some cases where your timing gets fucked up on tall builds. Like wait, Slime hit it instead of Adrian real quick.
Okay. Oh, what the
No,
fuck?
you come here, you
What the
stupid
fuck?
fuck. There's some cases where you're using fat build, right? Jump for the V1! There's some cases where when you're using it for tall builds,
Yeah,
it
some
won't be
examples,
high enough,
yeah.
and you actually accidentally hit the blocker because most of the time for this set you want to either hit here where the slams are because the middle's falling down, he won't be able to like dive, or you want to hit around, so like somewhere here, or even mid longs if it's free. Mid longs is actually a really good spot for that set. And there's also ground variations. Now there's a lot of things that you can do for like ground sets do. One is mess up the timing. Two is it lowers the height of the set, which let's say you do a stack that's on the ground. Wait, let's do an out stack real quick. So you do an out stack that's on the ground.
Adrian.
It really fucks up their like the timing of the set because they think it's gonna be a V1, then they start falling down, and then yeah.
Again,
But,
it's just
it
a lot to
depends
think
on-
about. It's just a lot to
Yeah.
think about. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to middle sets.
Yeah.
Okay, next, the first and most basic set would be a quick mid. I don't think anyone uses this shit though. It's basically a half power just into the middle area, and it's very limited in my opinion because of one thing. Give me a off rec Slime.
Okay.
So let's say I get an off rec. I'm gonna just be setting it like this.
I just
Holy
lag
shit,
so
you lag.
hard. Holy shit.
If you get a off receive right, and you set a quick mid, you're just gonna be aiming like
You're gonna be
literally
aiming
towards
over
this
the
middle
net, bro. You're
area.
gonna be aiming over the net
Yeah.
too sometimes.
So not only is the spot readable, because the set is so fast, the middle isn't able to like decoy fakes or anything.
Yeah.
So I mean it's a good set for beginners, but I don't think you should be using this if you want to be like comp, you know. Next is a V1. Now I don't personally use V1s anymore. I use a different set, but this is a pretty good set. It's just on the setter, and there's a lot of ways you can fake it because the spot is always on the setter. So even on off recs, it's like different.
There's
There's
two
a lot of
variations
ways-
of the V1, bro. Wait, let me just explain the 2 variations. People, it's very up to
Yeah.
preference. Where there's one that goes in front of you like this, and then there's one that goes on top of you like this. So
Yep.
if there's like let's say a tall one with ace, you know, some people want it like this up here, so they can pop their ace. But again, this is a bit too low. All right, anyways,
That's him.
there's this where you set in front, up to preference, and then there's this where you look straight down and then set it there. So it's all up to your spiker's preference, but there's those two variations that you can do.
Alright, so besides the V1, a different variation, not really a variation, but similar to the V1 is the V2, which is basically just a set where you look up, let
So
the
looks
middle
similar,
fall
doesn't it?
down. Yep. Yeah, that's the one that slammed it is actually perfect timing. Mine was a bit low. Mine was a bit too low. So you jump.
Yep.
And yeah, that's perfect V2. Now you want to keep your V2 timing very similar. So Slime, give me like an off receive.
Okay.
Now, of course, the middle won't fall for it each time because the receive is far, right? But just for the sake of it, you want to make sure your timing is the same. Like, oh shit, that's a bit off.
Yeah. I'm lagging. There you go. Yeah, there
As
go.
you can see, the timing,
Holy
the
shit.
timing was very, very, very good, especially for an off rec. Now, they won't jump for it because it's pretty far, but just keep the timing the same, just so your middle blocker doesn't get confused. Now, there's also mid delay, but in my opinion, V2 and mid delay is the same thing.
Yeah,
People
it
think
is
that
the same
V2 is like on top of them, and then mid delay is like you like carry it, but it's just the same thing. It's just up to preference.
It's the same timing.
Now, yeah. Now there's wides and slides. So for your wide, there's a lot of variations. People sometimes they like it arced like this. Sometimes people like it slow like this. Now slow wides are
Wait,
the
Adrian,
meta
don't hit
right
the
now.
sus, don't hit the sus. Let him do it.
So there's slow wides like this, which is the current meta right now because you want to be able to like fake out and then boom hit.
So you set it like this.
Then-
right?
That's perfect. Then there is fast wides. Now fast wides are the only reason I would set a fast wide is because of this single god spot. It's because you don't want the outside to not outside. What's the spot like Oppo or
sus,
setter
Oppo,
to
Oppo,
yeah.
Oppo.
You don't want them to react to it.
Yeah.
So you want it to hit. You wanted the middle blocker to hit it instantaneously.
So if they don't have
So
QR,
that's
if
why
the
you would
setter
set
doesn't have QR, it's a really good spot because they don't really
Yeah.
cover it.
Then there is wide like slides. It's opposite of a wide. The normal variation of a slide would be like a tap slide because middles are like fat, right? So
Yeah.
you want them to be able to hit it. So this is a normal slide. It's not too fast, and it doesn't peak. But let's say, give me an off rec real quick. Remember? Yeah, that's a normal slide, and then there's shoot slide or max slide, which is like just
He lagged. He lagged, right?
am I guys? Why is my ping frozen?
Bro,
Oh,
I'm
shit,
saying you
okay, I'm
started
back.
tweaking out, bro.
Next is max slide, which is just a full power slide. Now, the only reason I would do a max slide is if the middle is genuinely like hell bent on stopping your outside. That's the only time. Because if it's a tap slide, they can still get like a one touch to it. But if it's a max slide, they can't. If they're full committing on outside. Then there is delay versions of wides and slides. So the V2, the one where you set in the middle, right? There's also a delay version for the wide. So you want the middle to fake a wide, right? And then you want to like
Double jump
delay
full approach,
the
right?
set. Yeah. So let's do a delay wide first.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you don't have to do that like double jump shit. You can also do this where you like run this way
You like hesitate.
Like,
right?
stop
Yeah.
your jump.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you just tap it.
With full approach, it's way easier.
But,
As I'm not on full approach right now.
Let's do one more wide delay.
Okay.
Hezzy.
That's good.
Ezzy.
Then there is slide delay where remember you need to make sure your run is like consistent because if they're reacting to you, right, they're gonna try and jump for your slide and wide when you fake it. So then that's when you do a delay. What? Yeah, that's basically slide delay. That's perfect. And yeah, that basically covers like the basic middle sets. Of course, there's like weird ass sets that people do, but
But
that's
yeah, we're only
basically,
covering the
that's
basic stuff
basically-
because every team has their own sets, so we're not gonna go
Yeah.
over all of that.
Now time for the Oppo sets.
Oppo, yeah.
Now,
Yippee.
so we actually have an Oppo here.
Yeah, he's
And,
like this random bum we picked
yeah.
out of like D3 OCE. So
Yeah, I found him in pickups just now,
Yeah.
bro. All right.
What?
Now, so first most basic set would be medium Oppo. Now I don't really set this anymore, but This is basically how it looks. It's a pretty simple set.
If you want
Now,
a medium
for
oppo, I'm
oppo
just gonna show
sets-
you. There you go.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
for
You
oppo
want a back
sets,
row? Wait, there you go.
yeah, for
Oh,
oppo
online.
sets, there you need to be able to set it both back row and front row, and you have to look at your build because for opposite builds, there are two
Holy shit, I'm
builds.
so laggy.
Some people like to play boom jump, some people like to play tall build. So you need to set a bit lower when you're setting tall build. So for oppo sets, you need to kind of angle it, and you also have to remember the preference of your oppo. So Adrian, do you want it glide or like just on the
Glide.
X? On the X, meaning this area, by the way, because this kind of looks like an X. That will be
What's-
important later on.
All right, go for it.
Oh.
Set it on medium. Are
So
you retarded?
let's do
idiot?
a.
Wait, I
let's
just
do.
noticed that.
Bro, it's called an
You're
X.
so
Look at- oh
slow.
my god.
What do you think it's called Oppo X, bro?
But we're playing Oppo for 5 months and I never knew that.
Jesus.
Okay, so let's do a Oppo medium front row. Yo. So that would be like an Oppo medium front row. Then if he's back row and your front row as a setter, you want to set something like this. So glide.
Oh
That's a
my
bit too
God.
high. No, that was a bit too high. One more. Yeah, it will be something like that.
Oh my god, why
That's
is
the
server so laggy today, bro?
Then the next set would be another basic set would be Oppo Quick. Now some people, there's a lot of ways you can call this Oppo X, Oppo Low, some shit. I forgot I don't know what it's called. But
Oppo slide.
first there's Oppo Quick at front row. Yeah, Oppo Slide too. First Oppo Quick at front row. So Oppo Quicks, even though it's a basic set, compared to outside sets, you can't just full slam the power. You have to look at first the receive positioning and where your oppo is. It's kind of complicated. But so Adrian, try and delay your run up a bit for your front row, and then give me like a off rack. So let's say the receive is there. There you kind of need to like that's a bit too strong, right? So because he was a bit late. So you need to make sure your power is a bit like perfect like that. So that's just right.
He's gonna adapt.
Cause wait, give me like a perfect receive. Look what happens when I do a full power.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh.
I lag.
Are you lagging too, Pure? Oh my god.
I'm not. Okay, look. So this is what happens when you do a full power set, like to outside, but to oppo when your oppo's not ready. Basically, it's a bit too fast, so you need to learn to adapt. Now there's Oppo Quick for back row. People call it Oppo X. People call it Oppo Slide. I don't know, bro. What is it?
Oppo
But this is
Slide,
Oppo
yeah.
Quick back row. Yeah. There is a lot of ways that you can set it. So for boom jump, you want to try and set it a bit glide. So like over here. So wait, let's do that again. Yeah, that's for boom jump. But then for tall builds, you don't really want to make it too glidey. Maybe like max here. So let's try that. This would be like Oppo Quick for tall. Then there's a very, very common set now. It's called Oppo Sprint. Or what other
Low?
things do people call it? Yeah, Oppo Low. I don't know. There's a lot of names for it, but I call it Oppo Sprint.
Some people call it Oppo drop as well, no? Or some shit like that.
Yeah, so Slime, come here. For Oppo Sprint, I'm actually gonna demonstrate. Okay, so for Oppo Sprint, we're actually gonna demonstrate something real quick. So we're gonna first set an Oppo Quick. One more.
I don't.
Okay, there. So that's what happens when you set an Oppo Quick and the outside actually is ready to jump for it. So there is a set that counters that, right? Called Oppo Sprint. So let's do Oppo Sprint. Jump for quick timing. Basically, the set is just it's lower than the medium, but it's just right for your hitter to hit over the blocker while he's falling down. It's the same concept as a V2. Some people actually call it Oppo V2, the OCE specifically. So Oppo Sprint again. Yep, that's basically how it looks like. And people like to do this set a lot because it's easy to hit, it's easy to time, and it's easy to adjust. So when you're adjusting it, it will look slightly like this. So give me like an off rack, Adrian. Wait, let's wait for Slime to get ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, give me another off rack. So this will be like an off rack, right?
Oh, just been talking.
And
Yeah, it's almost like
that's
6'6" bomb.
Yeah, it's almost like that's the fucking why the set was made, bro. There's a few other Oppo calls.
I actually
There's
made a screen Oppo meta.
yeah, shut the fuck up. If you remember the stack variation of outside, so outstack, there's also
an Oppo
a
stack,
yeah. So basically, the outside just stands still here, and the Oppo hits it instead. So let's do that
Yeah.
real quick. Yeah, basically that's Oppo stack. And you only want to do that when he's front row. You have to remember, if he's back row, you call Oppo stack, he's gonna be jumping like this.
He's gonna be forced to hit front row unless he's like 5 foot.
Yeah, which is fine. Now, there's a lot more other calls, but I don't think they're really that useful. And I think like the final basic set for Oppo would be Oppo high. Now, there's a lot of ways you can set Oppo high. Some people like it low, some people not low, but like not too high, you know. Some people like it max power like that. Okay, that's a bomb set. What the fuck? One more.
Let me show you how it's
Oh
done.
my
buddy.
god! Why are you
The
bugging me?
Your timing is so buns. The purpose of an Oppo high is for you to actually get blockers. Now, why do you want blockers when the purpose of like most sets is to minimize?
Minimalize!
Bro, I haven't put on my camera voice in a while, bro. Now, why do you want blockers when you want to minimize the amount of blockers you actually get with sets? It's for builds that specifically wipe the blockers. So you have
Or they
torque,
want to block break,
you
you,
have-
know?
recoil, block break, stuff like that.
So,
So-
You show my clips
another
of hitting
build,
torque.
that really does well with high sets is owl and boom jump, because your jump height is so fucking peak that you end up being
Yeah.
topping either way unless their timing is absolutely perfect, which is very rare. So if
Yeah.
you have owl and boom jump and you have a good amount of hang time, you know how to time it, then highs are probably your best set.
Here, give me a bar.
Yeah, another thing for highs is it's not normal. Nobody really gets highs
Yeah,
on the daily.
Catches it off guard,
So-
catches the blockers off guard.
Yeah, so the blockers, they won't be able to time that shit perfectly most of the time. So that's why highs are still used even though it's kind of buns, you know? The two things that you want, people think that you need to like dime it like this, bro. Like you need to like get it to the antenna, stuff like that. No, the only thing that you want to do when you're setting a high is try and get it as close to the net as possible.
Try to
Genuinely-
not put it outside the court. That's like the
Yeah.
fucking like standard right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, people like you're getting it here, right? And they want to dime it, and they'll end up going like over outside the
bro,
court.
just set
You're,
it like
like,
this, bro.
Or
just make sure the ball is near the net. Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna cover
Like that.
ability sets or like weapon sets because there's a few of them. I have stop set. Pure has quick reflex. I also have quick reflex. We're not gonna go over minus and stuff because it's pretty self-explanatory, and gamer as well because again self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna showcase the stop set sets that I don't really use it, so I need Pure to help me out. What sets can you use? You can use stop V1. It's kind of like a delay. It just allows your it's good for a mix-up. There's stop set outside, which you kind of have to aim at the antenna. So you kind of telegraph this very heavily, so they fall for it and they block for it. So there's like, oh, outside quick. And then as they're dropping, you hit it above them. And then there's also there's Phoenix set that it's kind of retarded, but that's you can use Phoenix set. There's a Oppo stop set, kind of like a medium, where they can abuse their hang time as much as they want. So you can use this with like a boom jump build as well. Like this. So they
How
can.
about the boom jump build actually fucking jump for once, bro?
Here, wait. Okay, I'll set you up. Oh, stop. Yeah, there you go. Try to jump for back row. Holy shit, Aiden, you suck, bro.
what? Oh, yeah, okay, that's progressive. Stop set.
Hit that shit, yeah. That's so low. Okay, I'll
Just give
set
me
you.
a
I'll set you an Oppo sprint. Okay, come here. I'll set you an Oppo sprint. Front row.
Yeah, that's how you fucking do it, stupid bitch.
So, I mean, those are the sets you can do. There's also like a stop wide that you can do. But the thing about stop sets is that based on how much power you put, that's where it's gonna stop. So I want to do a wide. I'll have to end up putting like half power to it because it'll stop midway through rather than stopping at the antenna. Same thing applies for a slide, where if you tap, it's way easier to hit a slide with the stop set rather than if you were to completely charge it, because if you completely charge it, stops there. So, I mean, those are the basic sets with stop. Again, stop set is very preference based. It's all up to what you want to do. And I think it's a pretty creative weapon overall. There's also quick reflex, which Pure also has, but really nobody uses this set anymore. Because well, it's pretty shit. But I don't know if you played BVL. There was a thing called Dive Quick, where you do you remember
Chicken
that?
wing.
Yeah, no, not chicken wing, where the setter would dive on the ball and then the spiker would just pre-jump. You know, it's like a cannon.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Do it.
yeah.
So
Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Here.
what the fuck?
Yeah, kind of like that. So you can do that with quick reflex, where okay, Pure receive to me, Adrian hit it. So I'm gonna act like I'm setting, and then just yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are the only sets with abilities that you can kind of use, but quick reflex, I don't really suggest using it for setting unless you're trying to do something dumb. But I think that's
Yeah.
all.
Do we need to like
Fuck.
teach them about set stacking and shit or nah?
No, we're just doing calls. We're not doing set stacking.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine,
set
that's fine.
stacking is pretty easy too. All you really have to do is just hold one button and then release the other one. But that's the basic set calls. Thank you to Pure for showing up, #1 setter. I'll link his montage
Hey,
down below.
I'm also on the
And
leaderboard. I'm also on the
we found his
leaderboard.
bum on pickup, so thank you for him. Whatever his Japanese name is, he's like part of like a
Yeah.
K-pop group or something.
Japanese.
A plus
so-
offense.
Yeah.